I think I need a break. Don't care how long it takes. You know I hate the way you make me feel so dark. You really broke my heart. You opened up my scars. I think I need a break. Don't care how long it takes. You know I hate the way you make me feel so dark. You really broke my heart. You opened up my scars. I think I need a 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 break. Don't care how long it takes. You know I hate the way you make me feel so dark. You really broke my heart. You opened up my scars. I think I need a break. Don't care how long it takes. You know I hate the way you make me feel so dark. You really broke my heart. You opened up my scars. I think I need a break. Don't care how long it takes. You know I hate the way you make me feel so dark. You really broke my heart. You opened up my scars. I think I need a
I know it's bad, but I can't help myself. When I feel sad, I escape from my sense. Lately music's been my reminiscence. That's when I listen. I know it's bad that I can't help myself. When I get mad, I set fire to the hell. The only way to keep it at a distance, that's when I listen. Music is the reason why I stay, stay, stay. A cheering melody will fix a melancholic heart. The music is the reason, the music is the reason why I stay. I feel alive, I feel alive, I feel alive. The music is the reason, the music is the reason why I stay. I feel alive, I feel alive. The music is the reason. I see the signs when I stay in my shell. As soon as I'm sad, I tend to build a fence. That's when I need tunes to keep on living, like someone's listening. I see the signs when I seek for the lights. I know it's bad when I forget myself. Lately music's been my self-reminder, my self-reminder. Music is the reason why I stay. Melody will fix a melancholic heart. The music
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back at SPEEDIOTS today as well. I hope that I didn't make you wait too long, because there is only approximately 8 minutes left in qualifying. But thank God, I'm here, and I'll be broadcasting the race for you. Today we are taking a lap around the Nürburgring. I'm not sure if you are seeing it. Yes, you are. And we are currently watching Luca Carozzo's beautiful Ferrari take a lap around it. He's already made the fastest lap of the session so far, 3 seconds faster than the driver sitting in second place. We only have 13 people showing up today, but I've seen some interesting liveries, some interesting spin outs during qualifying as well. I think it was Luca Carozzo, actually, who spun it around already. But it is wet weather conditions, so maybe some shining stars who are usually sitting in the middle of the pack can show themselves and take a bit more points home today, because from my opinion, or my view, I think a lot of drivers can do better than what they usually do, and they can really show it on wet tracks, because of course really fast alien drivers can make great laps on a dry track, but sometimes the weather conditions are their weaknesses, and it might just be enough to give some talented drivers who aren't at the top of their game yet to take home a few more points. In the meanwhile, I'll take a quick look at the chat. Oh, thank you, It's All Good Man, for following the channel. And also, Arya, ow. I think you texted that before the live stream even has started. Also, could I get some feedback if everything is going alright on the live stream? No problems. That would be amazing, but of course I cannot be sure until I ask you guys. So Luca Carozzo still taking a few laps. In the meanwhile, Karoitos or Maxim's Bobber had became second fastest. They got pretty close to Luca Carozzo there. Oh! And what is happening? Taking P3 is Max Nechev. Wow. Oh, kicking it sideways into the first corner. As I can see, a lot of people's weakness will be the wet condition. Kind of had their setups for dry conditions, and now looking at it, it's wet. There is no better way to put it. The track is wet, it's all slippery, and the usual low-sitting cars won't fit. You have to put the ride height a bit higher to make it fit the weather conditions, and to have hydroplaning not occur as much. Because I think with Nechev, with Max Nechev, the problem was that his car got, you know, it was hydroplaning. When he started braking, the first two tires, you know, the front two tires lifted off the ground, and they really didn't have any braking power, as the tires kind of slid onto the water. So now let's see take a look at some of the other drivers. For example, Andrea Castellan, I think he did not participate in the last event. Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. I think he actually did. It's me who's being mistaken. I haven't commentated this series yet. We didn't have a broadcast for this last week. Also, we will be getting a new commentator soon in the booth with us, sometimes without me, because we wanted to arrange for non-stop broadcasts. So if there is a race, we'll be broadcasting it. And I really wanted to make sure that it's quality, so we'll finally have an actual commentator giving you guys all the information you need about the races while providing you with the visuals as well. Hopefully we'll create some great content together, but he'll introduce himself this Friday. Now I'm just fiddling around with OBS because I don't get why video quality still isn't top-notch. Because we are streaming in the right resolution, that's for sure. Okay, I'll figure this one out later. We should be focusing on the race and taking a look at Lukas Koloff win this beautiful yellow, silver, and I think SPEEDIOTS blue McLaren is doing some laps coming through and ending the first sector quite nicely. Seems to be quite confident with his car, although he doesn't have the best lap times. While we can see, who was it? Was it Nechev? One around there. No, it was Maxim Bobir, or Bobir, I'm not sure how to say it. Who else do we have here? Arya Marvari? Sorry, tell me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. With the TalkSport VRT Mercedes AMG. Really clean looking livery from them, and I think we can see some Star Wars stickers on it, on the side. Not sure how I could zoom in on it. Yeah, I think that's not happening. But I think it's still quite visible. Who else do we have here? Jingwei Wang with the AO Racing Porsche. I think they took Rex out. Is it? From the VAC series. Oh yes, they did. I absolutely love this livery. I hope they will be going quite quick today, because if they do, I'll have a lot of good time staring at this car. Then Stephen Holland is still in the pits as well, while Alexander Rage out on track. I think it's a Huracan Evo, which he's driving currently. I'm not sure if it's the Evo or not. You can see he's still on cold tires. He's trying to feel the track, you know, how much it is slipping. He's found himself in the gravel trap. Oh, and nearly in the wall. So I guess his lap is ruined and he won't be taking a fast lap around the circuit. While Artem Yellonet, sorry, I'm still kind of figuring out names. With the McLaren test car, I think they took inspiration from... I'm not sure, I might be wrong, but they might be a big Christopher Bell fan team, or him at least, because Christopher Bell has the Vault sponsor in the NASCAR series. I'm not sure about the GT series, the GT3, the European GT3. I might be mistaken, but it looks like a great livery. While Luca Caruso seems to be claiming pole position. And Maxim Zbobir or Karol Toth also finished his lap, and it seems like we have finished the session. So, while we wait for them... Oh, I forgot about the race. No! It was too sunny outside. You can still join. It's... Van der Linden, it's not that late. You can still join. And it seems like it's a rainy race, so you still have some chance to end up in the front. So let's see. I think we should take a look at the track, if we can, if OBS wants to do what I want to do. Yes, it does. So let's see. So we are arriving at the German circuit of the Nürburgring, starting with the start and finish straight, heading into a really difficult right-hander downhill, so that doesn't really help. Then we go through the Mercedes arena to great corners, forming a corner combination which could be a great overtaking spot today. Then going through the track, we have the Ford curve, which isn't the best overtaking spot, but I think it might tax the tires a bit, not in the rain, but if the rain stops, which we are hearing that it won't. But if it would, then it would for sure kill the tires, just like the Dunlop car, which is a big hairpin. Then the Schumacher S's heading into a longer straight with a quick left-hander. Then the Warsteiner curve going through a long straight again, full gas into the next corner and slowing down for the chicanes, while the last corner, which is a long right-hander, will lead us into the start and finish straight. I'm sorry, I'm not on the top of my game today, but I hope I provided sufficient information about the track, just so that we know where we are. So, what we need to do now is, let's see. Fine, broadcasting software wouldn't be dying, then be pretty nice. Okay, so starting from pole position today will be Luca Caruso with the TGB Racing Ferrari. Then, taking P2 will be Artem Jelinek, taking the second spot on the first row, final and last spot, with the McLaren test livery, McLaren test car. Then taking P3, if our P3 is joining back. Oh! Maxim Zbober couldn't make it to the grid, so he'll be starting from the back. But then taking P3 will be Carlos Sarmiento. P4 will be Lukas Kolov. P5 will be Max Nechev. 6 will be Andrea Castellan. Then P7 will be Victor Frank. 8 will be Maurizio Pastore. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right again. Please correct me in the comment section if I'm not. Then P9 would be Stephen Holland. What is happening? He stalled on track? Okay, he'll get going. That's nice. Then P10 will be Alexander Rage. 11th will be Arya Marvati. 12 will be Jingwei Wing. And Maxim Zbober will start from the pits. And my broadcasting software isn't working. Connect. Please connect. We are missing the first corner. No! But into the first corner. Oh, contact between Luca Carozzo and Jelinek. And Jelinek gets swallowed by the grid. What is happening? In the meanwhile, I'll try to handle the cameras myself as much as I can and as many hotkeys that I know. I'll be definitely utilizing those. So Jelinek gets swallowed by the grid into the first corner. I said that it's kind of a tricky corner, especially in the beginning of the race. It always leads to some chaotic events. What is happening in the back? Oh, Max Nechev managed to stay in P5 and not get caught up in... Oh, is he P5? P7? Not get caught... Oh, and gets bumped by Arya. He manages to keep it on track though, holding up another Ferrari, giving Arya a great chance on the inside, but doesn't quite leave enough space. So side by side, still the two cars. What is happening? Oh no! Jelinek spun it again. So what is happening? Arya makes the overtake, while Frank, I think Victor Frank, messed up as well. Loses approximately 2 places, but we weren't seeing where he fallen from. Ooh, what is happening in the back? A lot of drivers did not prepare for bad situations like this, and what is Max Nechev doing? He's just closing the door on all the drivers. Absolutely insane. Luca Carozzo is still holding strong into the first corner and claims the fastest lap, of course, as the first one completing a lap. Then Andrea Castellan had a great start, climbing his way up to P3. Hope that he can keep this up in the rain and might even have a chance to battle with Lukas Kolov. Then Arya Marvadi gets attacked by Victor Frank. Wow! Risky maneuver there from Victor Frank. He dived down from a far-looking distance at least. I mean, he made the corner, he didn't have to take it wide, and he has way better braking zones than the driver ahead. We can see that he's closing in on all the braking points. He's getting closer and closer. I think this is one of the closest battles, except the one bit behind them with Carlos Sarmiento. Sarmiento is trying to pass Max Nechev as well, and Nechev has been quite a, how should I say this, troublemaker. He's been closing the door on all the drivers before taking the curb as well. In wet conditions, I'm not sure if I would be taking those curbs, because the tires are quite slippery on those surfaces, and I think you can lose tenths of seconds by doing this. But, well, we are having two battles on screen at the moment. Carlos Sarmiento is actually getting quite close to overtaking his opponent. Let's see, will he dive down on the inside? And if he will, no he won't. I wanted to say if he will Max Nechev close the door on him as well? So we didn't lose Jelenet in the meanwhile, I just want to say. He's still holding quite strong, and the weather conditions are playing into his hand, hopefully, after this. Although it ruined the beginning of his race, because he wasn't quite prepared for what's going to happen. But soon we'll have dry weather conditions. Oh, while Wang actually gets a stop-and-go penalty for speeding in the pits. And what is happening with the Huracan there? So he gets a stop-and-go penalty for speeding in the pits. Probably he didn't have wet compounds on, just like Maxim Bober. He did have the correct compounds on, but he started from the back of the grid due to probably a small connection issue, which probably he didn't think it was in the cards that he will be starting from the back, especially with the pace he has. But it seems like it was. Oh well, Carlos Sarmiento will miss the overtake. Carlos Sarmiento managed to get through Max Nechev. Ooh, and Victor Frank, in the meanwhile, is attacking Aria for his dear life. Oh, a really close one there. Now that's what I call racing, ladies and gentlemen. Inches away from each other. I wouldn't put my finger between the two cars on a braking zone. Precisely, I haven't seen Victor Frank bump the... Oh, what was the Mercedes doing? Moving under braking. Well, I'm not sure what to say, but that was kind of the Mercedes' fault. In my opinion, he was moving under braking a bit too much, and Victor Frank just didn't have anywhere to go. Oh, and in the meanwhile, what is happening? I was taking my eyes off of the screen for a second, and Carlos Sarmiento takes his chance with that mistake, and he messes it up. He dives down a bit too wide, and Max Nechev goes through because both of the drivers missed their braking points. They wanted to outbrake each other, which nearly costed both of them a place. So, but Victor Frank is holding strong, currently on P4, or P3, I am sorry. And he gets bumped by the Ferrari driver. He's still holding strong. Oh, makes a mistake on the exit, definitely compromised his exit speed, and that might as well just give the chance to Sarmiento. Frank manages to hold on. The question is for how long? Because he's quite a quick driver in this Aston Martin V8. Or sorry, Aston Martin Vantage V8. Because there is the V12 and the V8. I usually just say the engine type. And it seems like Victor Frank is getting some breathing room. Doesn't have to worry about the two Ferrari drivers because they'll be soon battling each other. Max Nechev picked up the pace. The question is, will he be as dirty of a driver as he is now? Or was it just not being used to wet conditions, and it was just too much to pay attention to. And Carlos Sarmiento is just moving like a ping-pong ball between Max Nechev and, oh, Victor Frank, and we repeat the same mistake, and now Max Nechev goes through side by side with the Aston Martin, and now cuts under. What is happening? Max Nechev on the inside seems to be completing the overtake, and the second Ferrari wants to go through, and the Aston Martin driver did not account for that. Max Nechev was kind of lucky there. It could have gone really bad. And he was also lucky that Victor Frank closed the door on the other Ferrari driver, on Sarmiento, because this way they both lost a few seconds to Max Nechev. What else is happening? Oh my goodness, Luca Carozzo with the TGB Racing Ferraris already 24 seconds ahead of the other drivers. What a talent we are seeing on track. Oh, while Andrea Castellan makes a mistake. What is happening? Oh, and what is the Porsche doing on track? Wang. So Andrea Castellan now side by side with Victor Frank for P2, because Castellan made a mistake. Oh, and Max Nechev pushing the Ferrari driver. I mean, all of them are Ferrari drivers. I meant Andrea Castellan. And Victor Frank is laughing and pulling ahead. Probably he cannot even think of what just happened. He cannot even take it in. He's just like going with the flow. Oh, and Max Nechev on the inside. Oh, and someone spun around Sarmiento. I think it was Lukas Koloff. No, it wasn't Lukas Koloff. Who was it? Holland. Stephen Holland in P5. Pushing the Ferrari around. You can see that he also picked up some really visible damage, which won't help him on the straights or in the corners. Probably some aerodynamic components are ruined on his car, making cornering a slight bit harder. And you really do not want to mess up your car in wet conditions, because an extra piece of broken equipment on your car is putting you at an even bigger disadvantage than just the weather conditions. While Jingwei Wang is in the pits. And remember what I said before the race. I said that I want to see this car more, but I don't want to see it for these reasons. For him coming into the pits, having stop and go penalties, and breaking his car. And he's going really slow for some reason. The track is still damp, but the rain has stopped. So probably in a few minutes we'll be seeing some dry weather. And Victor Frank in P2 pulling away, while Andrea Castellan trying to catch up to Max Nechev. It was really just the beginning of the race that Nechev wasn't used to the car, and as the track is drying up, he's showing his talent. He's P3. Question is, can he keep it? And I think they are battling with Victor Frank. What is happening? Nechev on the outside. Once again, this duo meets. And this time around, no, Nechev gets pushed by Victor Frank. And he couldn't catch it. While, wow. Maxim Bobir or Karoly Toth, I'm not sure which one I should I should say. But he climbed back up to P7, starting from P13. That's quite a big achievement. And you see, rain is the big equalizer between cars. And it's really down to the driver. Oh, what happened there? They wanted to go 3 wide. I want to see that. What is happening? What happened there? Wrong replay settings. So now, going into the corner, we can see that Holland made a mistake, went off track, but still managed to come back out in front of the McLaren. And now, Maxim wants to move for an overtake, and the McLaren wants to go 3 wide. He wasn't looking in his mirrors. Well, that only helped Károly Tóth, or Maxim Bobir. Oh, and he's going into the pits! He's already changing to dry tires, and I'm not sure if that's the best strategy as of now, because the track will stay damp, or at least wet. Not wet, but damp. For a few more laps. We'll see later in the race if this actually pays off. In the meanwhile, I think... Oh, what is Victor Frank doing? This is... Oh, that wasn't Victor Frank. A lot of people are coming out. It was the other Aston Martin, Maurizio Pastore. That track is still greasy, meaning all the accumulated dirt that was on the track and all the rubber got kind of washed up, and the track is the most slippery in this stage. They kind of have to walk it down. They kind of need to wait till it dries, and until then just survive on track. This won't be the time when you want to make an overtake, because it's really risky. Oh, and Nechev kind of caught up. He is already P2, while Luca Carozzo also comes out to pit. Is he? Oh, what happened to Luca Carozzo? Ladies and gentlemen, what happened here? Oh, wrong person. Where is Luca? Oh, he was spitting. Yo, okay. I was scared for a second. Luca Carozzo finished his pit stop as well, falling back to P5. P6, my bad. Behind him is Victor Frank. So we don't have a virtual standing stab. Oh, and Max Nechev! What is this driver doing today? Max Nechev nearly ended both his and Andrea Castellan's race. So, is Nechev going to the pits? No, he's not. He's still out on wet tires. And Pastore is actually trying to make an overtake all down on the inside. And what is happening with these Aston Martins today? All of them are missing their braking points nearly all the time. Maybe someone broke the boards into the first corner. No, there are boards. Okay. Whoops, Kev. Hello, Lolly. Damn, but there will be an inverse race. Don't worry, you can join up to the inverse race. Oh, yeah. Castellan is holding P1, but only temporarily. He has to switch to dry tires soon as well, as we can see. dry spots have started appearing, although Castellan isn't necessarily driving on them, but there are dry spots which are way faster. Max Nechev trying to get the hang of it. But it's really just can you take that one line which is dry in these semi-wet conditions, because that can put you seconds ahead of other people. Let's see how Luca Carozzo is doing it. Luca Carozzo is following that line beautifully. Sometimes. While Jelenets have kind of caught up as well. I'm not sure if he has pitted. I don't have that information. Probably he has not. Probably he has not pitted. But he is P4. He's catching up. Remember, he was P2. Track is drying up more and more, having a lot more dry patches or dry lanes. Oh, hello, how are you doing, Richard Fosak? Maximilde saying go 555, which is none other than Lukas Koloff. Doing good, but now that I'm in dorm, I can sim race. Oh, you're in dorm as well. I know the feeling. I'm currently living in Denmark. Just sold my, or will sell my sim racing gear, because I'm moving out of dorm actually. So hopefully I can devote a bit more time. Oh, and what is Pastore doing? Pastore probably still didn't go for dry tires yet, because he's still P3 along with Castellan and Nechev. I'm not sure how much wet tires are helping now. Watching Jelenets catch up is absolutely great. He's a few seconds slower than Luca Carozzo at the time, but again, remember he's on wet tires. He spun around in the first race, probably picked up some aerodynamics damage. Oh! And Karoj Tótor, Maxim Bobir. Bobir, not Bober. Bobir. Was in the pits and picked up a stop and go penalty for speeding. Oh, and what is Jelenets doing? He has a great pace, but he cannot seem to get kind of consistent. Oh, and Luca Carozzo coming at light years faster speed than what currently Jelenets was doing after that little incident. While Nechev stays out in front, while Castellan goes to the pits. Did he go to the pits? No, he didn't. He spun around on track. Or something like that, at least. Let's see the replay. Oh yes, he made a mistake. Gets overtaken by Pastore. There was another mistake behind that, or before that, not behind that, my bad. That kind of got himself into this position. We won't look at it again as of now, because we have the racers to focus at, or focus on. Oh, but Luca Caruso with getting back to his position. Now, only person left to overtake is Max Nechev. Question is, can they do it cleanly? Oh, Luca Caruso on the inside, being a bit faster on the exit. And now braking a bit sooner, but he has the inside side by side, the two drivers, and Max Nechev makes a mistake, flicking into the gravel trap. So Luca Caruso is once again P1. And Jelenets is P5. Clearly has the pace advantage over the other two drivers, while Sarmiento makes the fastest lap. Wow, in the mid-pack. So let's see, Jelenets. Oh, while the two ahead of him are battling, he's the one trying to take advantage of that situation. Now flashing his lights on the Lamborghini, which has been lapped. It's none other than Rage. Alexander Rage. Oh, and bumps Jelenets! What is happening? The blue flagged car. What was happening there? Poor Jelenets. That's so unfair. Honestly, I might just get live stewarding to kind of deserved live stewarding for these incidents, because this was just straight up crashing into Jelenets. Managed to keep his P5, but now Victor Frank is on his tail on dry tires, and the track is going green, which means Victor Frank, as you can see, is going light years faster. And then annoyed Jelenets has been bombed once again. Victor Frank just trying to make up speed and positions, as he was P2 once. So both Luca Caruso and Victor Frank made their fair share of pit stops, which is exactly one for each. Oh, thank you Paradox HD for following the channel. Sarmiento is like Lance Stroll and making the fastest lap while being in the midfield once in a season. I would take being Lance Stroll kind of, how should I say this? Let's just say not as a compliment. But if you say so, I think Sarmiento has like really good speed. He just couldn't manage to make it. He was battling for top spots as well, but he made a pit stop too, if I remember right. While Luca Caruso is lapping at the front. Maurizio Pastore is still P2, but Victor Frank is catching up to most of the drivers, while Jelenets finds himself... What is the Lamborghini doing? Alexander Rage. It isn't even his first time bumping another driver. Feel like the stewards are going to have a serious talk with that. What is he doing? Wow, that's just completely outrageous. Ha, outrageous. Get it? Ha. Alexander Rage. Ha. Okay, yeah, I'll stop with the dad jokes. And poor Yelenet in a P6 gets his car wrecked for no reason. That's so sad. That's absolutely unacceptable. But with only probably one lap left in this race, he'll kind of has to live with it and try to make something of the next race that's coming up. Because we have a 2-race format. One of them is an inverse grid. Oh, what is Luca Caruso doing? It's not like he cannot afford it to. Well, one of the cones are sent flying. Or one of the cones is sent flying. My bad, my English is so rusty. But leader is on the final lap, so it seems like we are going to go for another lap. And Luca Caruso will probably take this one home. So he shouldn't be the one. We are looking at Max Nechev. Oh! Maurizio Pastore, why is he going to the pit? Ladies and gentlemen, for the last lap, Maurizio Pastore is going to the pit, giving up his P2. And Victor Frank will be put onto a podium. Well, that's the last thing I would have expected. Maurizio Pastore had such a great run. He got back up to P2, P3, somewhere in between, because he was still battling with Max Nechev. And he goes to the pits, last lap. With the Overdrive Racing Aston Martin. Oh, and Victor Frank somehow caught up to Max Nechev. Oh yeah, Max Nechev still has rain tires on. Maybe that's why Maurizio Pastore also went to the pits. He was like, my tires are going to pop. It's dry weather. He'll eat away my tires. They were overheating. I cannot battle on those. But that's still not a reason to go at, except if you see an opportunity. But oh, Pastore gets disqualified. Why?
Neither has finished the race.
I think he was speeding in the pit lane, while Luca Caruso takes home race 1. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere because we have race 2 with an inverse grid. So Pastore might just be P1. Although I'm not sure, he didn't finish the race, he got disqualified. So that might not put him in P1. And Max Nechev will pick up after Victor Frank finishes P2. By the way, a great drive from the driver. But Max Nechev also collects P3. P4 is Sarmiento. He actually managed to make it as close to the podium as possible, just misses the last step. Then we see, oh, Yelenet gets overtaken last minute by Marvadi. And Marvadi picks up P5, Yelenet P6. P7 will be Andrea Castellan. He kind of missed his chance to make a great pit stop. Then we have Lukas Kolov. If on the outside, Karoy Todd on the inside does the undercut. Last lap, last corner. And to the finish line beats the McLaren driver. So Lukas Kolov will only be P8, P7, well deserved. A really well deserved. Maxim Bobir. Then Alexander Rage also finished the race a lap down. Then follows Stephen Holland in the 42. Jingwei Weng has also finished with Rexy, and Maurizio Pastore disqualified. What a sad ending to this, to all of this. Well, until we are waiting, I will switch the screen to our one and only AFK view. And we'll wait until all the drivers line up on the grid. Okay, so everyone will need to oh. Give it a second, ladies and gentlemen. I have some technical issues. So we are soon back. I just had to restart the game, or the simulator, my bad. And then we can join back to the server. Shouldn't be missing the race start. 8 drivers have already got back. Now it's 9, and they have 3 minutes of free practice. So let's switch back to the starting screen in just a second. So we are back with the race cars, and in 2 minutes we'll also again line up for the grid. So please, ladies and gentlemen, give it a second. I'll also take a quick break just to, you know, get myself hydrated, because this is a really, really eventful racing series, as you can see. And I really enjoy commentating it. So give it a second, I'll be back, and enjoy the race cars until then. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back officially, and I will give you a quick rundown of the grid once again. So, starting with P1 will be... Stephen Holland, who made a great run last race, but unfortunately he had some incidents, and that put him in the back of the pack. Hopefully starting from pole position will help him a bit. The track is also fast, so good luck to the 42. P2 will be Alexander Rage, taking up the last position in the first row. Hopefully he'll be a bit of a cleaner driver this round. Then P3 will be Lukas Kolov in the 555, getting a lot of support from the viewers. P4 will be Maxim Bobir, who had a great run. Sadly, he couldn't finish that great run. P5 will be Andrea Castellan. 6 will be Artem Yelenets. 7 will be Carlos Sarmiento. 8 will be Max Nechev. Then Victor Frank and Maurizio Pastore. Question is, from where did we take this reverse grid race? Because honestly, it seems quite weird. I don't think we finished in this order. But will figure that one out. It is an inverse grid race, so let's see. Looking at P1, who's currently Holland taking a great start, but on the inside, which he didn't defend enough, and coming from behind as well. I think one of them is Lukas Kolov, and the other, oh, what is Jelenec doing? He took the first corner a bit too serious. He jumped in a bit, and oh, Lukas Kolov and Stephen Holland are already battling it out, while Maxim Bobir is also catching up. We can see the top three quite beautifully lined up, while Max Nechev got a drive-through penalty for jumping the start. Oh, what is happening? Lukas Kolov is running a bit wide, which gives Maxim a bit of a chance to dive down on the inside, but this was just a scare. He couldn't quite make it yet, and yet is the key word, because that Mercedes has hell of a pace. Although he demonstrated that hell of a pace during wet conditions, question is, does he have it in dry conditions? While we still ride with Stephen Holland, who makes a mistake, and on the inside, Lukas Kolov, and on the inside still Lukas Kolov. And now side by side the Mercedes and the BMW, the two German machineries battling it out throughout the flat out right-hander. And now into the chicanes. The BMW cannot dive down. The Mercedes stays ahead. So Maxim also completed the overtake. And Jelenec has made quite a comeback. He's started from P5. I think P5 or P6. Maybe even P7. He was quite far back. And he's already P4. Oh, and now Maxim on the inside dives down. Oh, and Jelenec spins the BMW driver around, but it also gave Victor Frank, oh, the chance. And Luca Caruso had enough of Jelenec pushing people. He also pushed Jelenec. So Luca Caruso now focusing on the battle between him and Victor Frank. Now right on the back of that Aston Martin, trying to dive down on the inside. That seems to be working, but now the Aston Martin has the inside line. Can Luca Caruso make the overtake on the outside? He'll have a better run at the straight ahead, and he does! He clears Victor Frank, taking up P5. So now Andrea Castellan taking a run with him, trying to attack Max Nechev, but Nechev has a drive-through penalty. So hopefully he won't be stuck behind him a long time. Well, Lukas Kolov is trying to chase down Maxim once again. When Castellan now overtakes somewhat Jelenec. Oh, Jelenec was speeding not even a bit into the pit lane. So I think he'll get disqualified because he was really fast. It's Maxim Bobir or Bobur. I'm not sure, because for example in Denmark they pronounce it as U. I have really little faith that he's Danish. to be honest, but just saying. He'll correct me once. Hopefully he'll correct me once. And yes, Nechev is disqualified. While Luca Caruso caught up to the top 3, he's already P3. And will be battling with Lukas Kolov. And it seems like this half-an-hour race will end soon as well. At least in terms of race winners. If nothing bad is going to happen. Because Luca Caruso is the fastest man on track today. I think there is no doubt in that. So now Lukas Kolov is being attacked by Luca Caruso. And as strange as it seems, even Maxim is missing out on some pace. He's getting caught by Lukas Kolov. When Lukas Kolov's taking an interesting line right behind Maxim, taking it really defensive, trying to hold up the Ferrari driver behind. Oh, and dives down on the inside. What a quick maneuver. I wouldn't have expected that to happen. That was so quick, so professional, so precise, that I was just not expecting it. I don't know why. Luca Caruso is a great driver, don't get me wrong, it's not that I'm questioning his abilities. It's just, wow, a great execution from the Ferrari driver. Now the only one left to overtake is Maxim. Now Maxim Bobber is trying to ignore Luca Caruso, who is eating away that gap between them. Now side by side, the two cars. I'm not sure what that Ferrari ate today for breakfast. Maybe nothing. Oh, and contact between the two. That was so unfortunate. I don't even know what to say. Even if we would review it in slow motion now, I wouldn't be able to say it was at fault. Of course, Maxim was going a bit too much in the middle, but it's Luca Caruso who kind of has to, you know, make space as well. It was both drivers battling each other hard, but the stewards will look into that. So now, oh, side by side, the two cars, what is happening? Lukas Kolov, after that incident, overtook Maxim. Maxim is trying to get back into that second position at least. Sarmiento was really good in the rain. Currently not so much. Been falling behind, and he doesn't quite have pace for dry racing. And Artem Yelanets, currently P5, getting chased by Andrea Castellan. the deviled livery McLaren. Looks great on screen, but hopefully he can stand on the podium as well today. If he, if the stars align, because let's be honest, he's 6 seconds down. If the stars align, he could be P4 or P3. But he really has to drive perfectly. He really has to be in that position to take a place. Someone spins around if something happens, an incident, or to catch up, of course. Oh, and just in time, Victor Frank also arrived at his battle for the third, my bad, second and third steps of the podium. And he seems to be serious about it as well, as he's trying to keep up the pace with the other two drivers. I mean, who wouldn't be serious about it? Lukas Koloff is still holding strong in P1. Hopefully he manages. Oh, and now Maxim gets really close into the chicanes. Or the chicane. It's one chicane. Oh, some good fighting here. Yes, absolutely. Oh, and right behind each other, the three drivers. What is happening on screen, ladies and gentlemen? Now... Oh, what did Maxim do? He kind of just... threw it in there. Okay. I mean, I cannot really say anything else. He kind of just did. Wow. So that is how Maxim is throwing away a perfectly good podium position. So sad to see these moments. I hope you get what you mean, but get what I mean. That's what you mean. That nearly for nothing, they just throw away these podiums. Seems like Victor Frank and Lukas Koloff also had to tow, but they cannot really make anything of that situation just yet.
We are halfway through. Keep pushing.
And as the race director says, we are halfway through the race. Oh, and there is a great battle going on that I've been missing between Stephen Holland and the other driver is Pastore, for sure. Oh, side by side, the two drivers. On the inside, dives down Stephen Holland. But he couldn't quite measure out the actual braking distance. So he gets overtaken again. Stephen Holland was 6th for just a second. Starting from pole position, dropping down to P6 currently, but he's trying to, or P7 currently, still trying to make up some positions. But sadly it's not quite, his pace is not quite there. Maybe he could get to P6, but he really has to focus. And is he diving down on the inside? No, he thinks it's too risky. You can see how he just waved. Waved back. Now on the inside, the BMW driver gets into the slipstream. Ooh, Holland and Pastore are really battling for it, and Holland gives a bit of a push. The Aston Martin making the rear a bit light. We could see that the car even kicked its back end out a little bit, while Koloff actually got overtaken by Frank. How are we missing these overtakes? Jelanec is also catching up on these drivers, potentially. He can be able to secure these positions, and just what I said, Jelanec has to be there. When it happens, the mistakes happen in the front. He has to just be there to pick up his place. But for that he has to drive perfectly, and it's not an easy job. When I said, oh, he just has to drive perfectly, that's not an easy job. He has to be there. Every lap counts, every second counts. If he's done by just 1 second, he might just miss that overtaking opportunity. Or the driver who made the mistake might just cut out in front of him back again, and he didn't make the overtake. So he has to be there. Oh, and now, Koloff really close to the Aston Martin ahead. But he cannot pick up that much speed from the slipstream. And I'm not sure if you've seen this tendency, but these low-sitting, small, really aerodynamical mid-engine cars don't get as many benefits of slipstream because they are already quite good at cutting through air. It doesn't matter if the air is there or not. Okay, it kind of does, of course. It helps them a bit. But it doesn't help them as much as bigger, bulkier cars who were made to go the same speed in the same wind conditions. So what I'm trying to say is that they won't get... But Lucas Koloff makes the overtake back. Wow. While, of course... No, where was I? Oh yes, they don't pick up as many benefits, of course. But that is why it's so much harder to overtake, for example, with a McLaren on a track like this. They don't get as much of a performance boost when they are in the slipstream. And that's why usually a bit bigger car, a bit bigger car can actually be really beneficial in GT racing. Because when you get the slipstream, you really get that slipstream. You can see how much that Aston Martin just closed on that straight. Give it time. With races like this, more people will join. Of course. Me and my beer are loving this action. Thank you, Daza. I'll try to be a bit more focused as well, but so many things are happening, I cannot even talk and focus on the action at the same time. So Lukas Koloff is actually managing to have a bit of a better pace at the moment. Tries to get out of the claws of Victor Frank. He's already made that gap over a second. Who should we be focusing on? Villeneuve's kind of dropping it. He was so close, he could have caught back up. 7 minutes left, and just what I said, he would have needed to drive perfect. None of the two guys are battling ahead. It could have been an easier job. He can still manage, of course, if some miracle happens. But I wouldn't count on that. Alexander Rage is in P10. The big surprise for me is Carlos Sarmiento. He was doing so good in race 1. It seems like a whole another person. After the rain started drying up, oh, someone spun it around. Who is it? Oh, it's Stephen Holland. Stephen Holland drops the ball and falls behind. Still manages to be ahead of Carlos Sarmiento, but this might just give Ferrari driver, oh, the chance he was waiting for. I think the commentator's curse is real, guys. Like, no way. I just started talking about no way him having a chance, and he spins it twice. Probably I should switch the cameras to someone else. Commentator's curse is real. Luca Caruso, another nearly effortless race with only 5 minutes left. Of course, I don't want to say anything, but let's just say What I'm saying? What am I saying? I don't want to say anything because I don't want to put the commentator's curse on Luca Caruso, but I think from here on it's a smooth ride. And while us watching Luca Caruso, Victor Frank is kind of falling behind as well. Oh, Victor Frank is getting closer. I think we should switch the cameras to them. So Victor Frank again, trying to find everything in that car that can be still pushed out. You can see he kind of kicked the back end, probably not doing good for his tires, but at this point it doesn't matter. Only 2-3 more laps to go. At this point it doesn't really matter. But if he wants a good position, if he wants, of course he's already standing on the podium, but if he wants that P2 for a few more extra points, he needs to be there. Let's see what will happen. Victor Frank. Only 2 laps left. Not many more chances. Not many more shots that he can take. Will we be seeing a last lap battle? He misses the apex. As of now, it doesn't seem like we will. Look at Lukas Koloff. Yelan's just messed up his chance. Now, Victor Frank cannot close that gap yet, and I don't see
Leaders on final lap now.
any other person that would be battling for any positions. Victor Frank is one of the closest, making an overtake, and he's 2 seconds behind Lukas Koloff. Victor Frank seems to be really good. The first sector now not missing the apex and kicks the backhand. Lukas Koloff, what is happening? Victor Frank is also taking it quite wide, but at this point it doesn't matter. They are really close. And did I say Lucas Frank? I meant Victor Frank. So Victor Frank is getting really close. So will we be seeing a last lap battle? The cameras are on Lukas Koloff. Is he getting nervous? This is the last lap. He really doesn't want to drop the ball, but maybe that feeling that he doesn't want to fail this, that might be the reason that he will. Oh, and no! Victor Frank goes off the track. He really wanted to shoot his shot. And while I was talking about Lukas Koloff getting nervous, Victor Frank got nervous and dropped the ball instead.
The leader has finished the race.
And the leader, who's none other than Luca Carrozzo, another Italian after Ricky Chiesa, who's being one of the most dominant people on track. Luca Carrozzo wins both races, having a perfect race weekend. Then Lukas Koloff taking P2. The German driver finishes P2 at home. Then Victor Frank in the Aston Martin. P5 is Maxim Bobir. P6 will be... Oh, Castellan! Who's currently battling with Maurizio Pastore. Oh, and Pastore! What is happening? Pastore down, now on the outside. And Sarmiento is also there. Sarmiento manages to overtake Pastore. So Sarmiento is up in P7, and Sarmiento, can he... Last lap, will he make 2 overtakes? Down on the inside and really close, the 2 Ferraris. I wouldn't have put my finger between the 2 cars. Now will one of the Ferraris drop the ball, and yes! Andrea Castellan misses the corner, and Carlos Sarmiento on the last lap makes 2 overtakes. What happened last minute? And I just... What? What happened? Jesus Christ. So the finishing positions are Luca Carrozzo taking P1, P2 will be Lukas Koloff, P3 was Victor Frank, and P4 became Jelenet, P5 Maxim Bobir, then Sarmiento 7 Andrea Castellan, 8 will be Pastore, 9 Holland, 10 Rage, and 11 Nechev, who was qualified. Thank you so much everyone for being here. I cannot explain what the heck happened here. They are both feeling the pressure. Yeah, they were both feeling the pressure. What the heck happened? Jesus Christ. Well, I'm afraid we won't have time for interviews, but thank you so much everyone for being here. And it was an absolutely crazy race. Thank you so much for the support for the Twitch and YouTube live watchers, and thank you so much for the drivers for participating today. We'll take care of reckless drivers for next week. Please promise me to submit an incident report, and we'll see these guys, some of them, this weekend, some of them only next week. But thank you for all of them for being here, and I won't keep you guys long. Have a nice evening, and see you guys this weekend.